Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. Ciara rides her moped to work every morning along the route shown. Distances in the coordinate plane are measured in miles. How many miles does Ciara travel to work every morning? Show your work. So she goes from home to the coffee shop and then down to work. So let's first figure out the distance between home and coffee shop. So I have the coordinates over here. And we look to see which coordinates differ from each other. Do you see how the y's are the same? So we're not going to look there. We're going to look at the x's. And the next thing we're going to ask ourselves, are these in the same quadrant? Yes or no? And the answer to that question is no. This is in quadrant 1, this is in quadrant 2. When they're in different quadrants, then we actually add the absolute value of the coordinates that differ from each other. So we're adding the absolute value, let's write this in red, of a -2 and the absolute value of a 5, and we're adding it. So if we simplify this, this is 2 units away. The length of that red line would be 2 units. The length of this piece right here would be 5 units. And if we add that together, it'll give us the length of the entire thing, which would be this blue line, which would be 7 units. So we know that that blue line is 7 units. Now, all you have to do from here is figure out the distance between the coffee shop and work. So once again, they're in different quadrants. And even if we didn't see the x and the y axis on here, the fact that this is positive positive would tell us that that's quadrant 1. The fact that this is a positive negative would help us identify that as being in quadrant 4. And so when that's true, we subtract the absolute values of the coordinates that differ from each other. So you're going to do the same kind of thing with these two things that we just did with these two things. Come up with that number, and whatever number you get, you're going to add it to the number 7 to get the total distance.